Okay, in the show today, I want to talk to you about exactly how to pick the right book title for your book. If you're writing a nonfiction book and you don't choose the right book title, your book's going to fail. We'll clear it up in the show.
Hey, I'm Ken. I used to be a homicide detective. I was a cop for over 15 years, and I got sick of it. When I found out I was going to become a dad, I needed to make a change. In the last 15 years, I've started 4 different businesses in 4 different industries, and they've made a lot of money. This channel is dedicated to showing people exactly how to build an 8-figure coaching business. Every single part of it. I love teaching people how to write books, how to get your books traditionally published, how to turn those books into 7-figure coaching businesses, and you're going to find all that information right here.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is a really important conversation to have, and if you're finding this video on YouTube or you're in the podcast or you caught me live doing this, this is one you want to just stop everything you're doing and stick with me for the next couple of minutes, because if you're watching my videos, it's because you're already convinced you want to write a book to help your business grow. You want to write a nonfiction book, a self-help book, which is really a book you're writing to help other people and to draw new clients and customers in your business. But probably one of the biggest reasons that books fail is the title was not properly set up. You didn't pick the right title for your book. So many people write these types of books because they've been through an experience themselves, and people have already told them, all kinds of people who have heard the story said, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. And more often than not, something happens in that journey where like there was an epiphany. There was like a single thing that changed the flow, that fixed everything. And when you tell people that story, that epiphany, that aha moment is really what sticks in your mind. And so when you get to writing a book, for some reason or another, you want to name the book around that specific thing. But that thing doesn't really mean anything to anybody else who might be finding your book in the future. Here's the way I want you to think about this challenge. If you're lucky enough to get your book traditionally published, which is what you want to do. Oh, by the way, I own a traditional publishing company. It's called Helping People Press. I only publish books that are designed to help other people. And I'd love to publish your book. And all you have to do is click on the link above this video and go watch that workshop, basicsimplesystem.com. Anybody who joins our system, I 99% of them, I've published their books for free. But anyway, getting back to the moment, getting a traditional publishing deal is where you want to get to. There's lots of self-publishing companies out there. There's some good ones, but most of them are not really going to help you sell books. Traditional publishing companies will. Why? Because they get your books in bookstores all over North America. So it's always there. But here's the challenge. I mean, that sounds amazing. And being in bookstores all over North America is going to help you sell more books. But the challenge is, if you're lucky enough to get a traditional deal, to get your books into traditional bookstores, then your biggest problem is you're going to be sitting on a shelf with hundreds of similar books in the same topic. And so how is that? If all people see is the spine of your book and they don't know your name, how are they going to choose to pull your book off the shelf compared to somebody else's? You guessed it. It's the title of your book. So many people screw this up. What I want to walk you through is a surefire strategy, 100% accurate strategy, that if you use this strategy to figure out the name for your book, it will work. It's going to change everything. Your books will sell because of it. Now, to make this really easy for you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my chalkboard here. Just bear with me for 1 second. Let me get the chalkboard up on the screen. All right. Now, as we're going through this quick little exercise, if you have an idea for a book title already that you'd like me to review for you, just go ahead and type it in the comments below this show, and I'll definitely take the time to give you some feedback on it. But we're going to talk about book titles right now. And this is for like nonfiction books. These are for books that you want to help other people. I gotta show you a couple books. I'm going to grab one really quickly from here. Okay, I got 3 books right here. This is a book that was written by my business partner, and this book is the book that started it all for me. I actually wrote a book that failed in 2004, and I found this book in an airport in Toronto, Canada, as I was flying out. And I bought this book because of the title. I didn't know the author. I didn't know who he was or what it was all about, but the title was called How to Make People Like You in 90 Seconds or Less. And I want to, first of all, just to help you to understand why this title is amazing and why this book, 3 million copies, mostly because of the title. Let me write that out there for you so you guys can really get this with me. How to Make People Like You in 90 seconds or less. So what makes this title work, and why should you be thinking this way? I'm going to tell you why right now. The title itself contains 2 elements. The first element is something that's concrete. Another way for me to talk about that is it's a problem. The second is something that's abstract. So if we take a look at this, how to make people like you is an age-old principle that most people are trying to figure out how to do better and faster. It's key to selling more. It's key to finding the perfect partner in a relationship. It's key to people seeing your bright side. When people like you, they're going to want to do business with you. We all know that. That's a very concrete principle, and we've been trying to fix it for years. It started with How to Win Friends and Influence People back in the day, written by Dale Carnegie. Now, what made this book different is this book presented an idea for doing it fast. And that's the abstract comment. In the digital marketing world, most people say if you're going to sell things to people, you need to have a new vehicle. In other words, whatever you're trying, course you're trying to sell, coaching program you're trying to sell, anything you're trying to sell, you have to help people to understand who are looking for help with the problem that you've got a better way, a better mousetrap, a better way to do it, a different way to do it. And that's what the abstract part of a title does. It creates a new vehicle effect. Everybody knows that there's systems out there to help them make like more people, but now we're talking about a really short period of time to make it fast. Now, I don't want everybody to go out right now and start writing book titles that have 90 seconds or less than 2 minutes or less than 30 days or anything. That's not the point. But you can carry this idea of the 2 parts of a title being abstract and concrete. You can carry that into anything. It'll work anywhere. I'll give you a title of my next book, which is going to do really well. Get Paid Helping Others. Get paid, concrete. Everybody's looking to make more money, helping others, abstract, new idea, different approach. And people who are building coaching business, that's going to resonate with them. So they're going to want to buy that book. There's a good example. Give you some other examples. These are amazing books that were created using my writing system. Your Best Golf Begins at 50. This is written by Tammy and Barry Gibson in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I'll put a link for that in the notes if you're a golfer. But let's take a look at that title. Your Best Golf Begins at 50. Concrete. It's for golfers. It's for people that want to play the game of golf. Very abstract. And it's going to get everybody's attention that's in that range. Let me just write that so you guys can see it. Sorry about that, guys. Begins at 50. So, they're trying to market to people that are 50 years or older. They're pre-retirement. They're at a place in life where they want to spend more time playing golf, but most of them are not in good shape. They're bent out of shape and they're not swinging the clubs as well. So seeing something like that is going to be incredibly appealing to them. Look at this one. Life begins at 60. Life begins at 60. Now they're marketing this book to Christian women. And we all know that at that age, women are like, health is failing, issues are coming up, they're getting out of shape. But life, concrete, begins at 60, very abstract, new vehicle, something different, worth picking up. Because it's going to be in that section of health and wellness books in the bookstore, right? It's going to be there already. So now they can see that and they can go, holy crap, that there is something different to that. So this concept of abstract and concrete, it revolves around identifying the problem. Now, if you've watched any of my shows before, you know that I spend a lot of time talking about what's the problem your book is fixing. You've got to get clear on that right up front. If you come to the training that you're going to see in the notes of this show, it's called the Basic Simple System, but it's really, how do you write a book? How do you structure your book in 30 minutes? So there's a structuring exercise that I walk you through that shows you exactly how to structure your book in less than 30 minutes. So all the content in your book flows, so people can't stop turning the pages and your book is going to become a bestseller. But also in that same workshop, I show you how to take the structured information and write the entire book in less than 5 hours. I actually show you how to write it in 30 days, only writing for 10 minutes a day. But if you do the math, 30 times 10 minutes, it's 5 hours. And everything I do in that workshop revolves around identifying the problem up front. Now, don't identify the problem based on what you think. I'll give you an example. A lot of you guys that are going to watch this video are life coaches. You're in the life coaching space and you're thinking, well, the problem is people have shitty lives. I'm going to help them fix their lives. That won't work. What you want to do is figure out who is the person you want to serve the most and what's the most unique problem in that, like weight loss, relationships. A lot of life coaches make really great relationship coaches. So how to have a thriving marriage, how to be happy with yourself, how to put yourself into a better place, stuff like that. A book that's going to win is a book that addresses a major problem and helps people to fix that problem. All right, let me stop sharing my screen here. So I could spend lots of time here and go through a whole bunch more examples. But the thing I want you to understand is if you're writing a book to help other people, the title is the most important part. If you're lucky enough to get that book into bookstores or with a major online presence, your book is going to be sitting there with hundreds of other books on the same topic. How do you make that book stand out? It's really simple. Your title needs to present a new vehicle. You've heard that in marketing all the time, but it transcends marketing. And it's really about the book title and everything. So how do you do that? How do you make it feel, your title feel like the book is going to outline an easier way to get something done? An abstract and concrete element in the same title. An abstract and a concrete element in the same title. A book that I'm writing right now is called Build Your Following Using Complete Automation and Free Your Time. So build your following. Everybody knows you need to build a following. Using complete automation and free your time is something that people haven't heard before. So your title can be everything you want it to be. So friends, if you really want your book to win, use this technique to come up with a title that makes it feel like an easier way for somebody to get what they want. That concrete part should speak to something, the problem that they already have, and then add in with an abstract thought, a new twist, and watch what happens to your book sales.